Okay, so I made a recording about your like trying to explain that you're walking in your own mind, right? And I cited examples such as insects and other animals, right? Ooh, that experience they're born with how do I say it? They're born with a preloaded program, if you like, or software, yeah, within them. So basically they enter the world ready to go, yeah? And from that perspective, it can be argued, when to a high degree of like certainty that they are simply experiencing their own minds because everything is already pre-programmed within them. So the world that they're experiencing isn't actually the world as you know it. It's simply a projection of what they already know. They're walking in their own mind, but this time they're walking consciousness. When I say they, consciousness is walking through its own mind, but this time as an insect or as a turtle, yeah, or a fish or deer or whatever, right? The point I'm trying to make here is this, because I listened back to it and I think I didn't quite pin it. So I'm going to try one more time. Yeah. I want you to think of it this way. Yeah. So let's look at it this way. Let's say the whole world, yeah, as you know it, yeah, the world as you know it is not what they tell you it is, yeah. The NASA stuff, Big Bang stuff, bollocks, dog shit, crap. You're literally in a dreamscape, yeah. It can't be argued with. It's a dreamscape. It behaves like one, yeah. There's actually there's so many phenomena. I can sit here and reel them off like I can go for days, yeah, with phenomena that can't be explained by your gods in the your high priests in the world of scientism. They can't tell me anything. Do you understand? The whole concept, bro, I'm not even going to waste your time. Yeah. It behaves like a dreamscape. It is one. Yeah. It's like the vanishing point itself and the way your eyes work and, angular resolution and stuff like that. It's like, how could you have possibly evolved to develop it doesn't even matter. Let's focus. Yeah. Scientism is crap. We know that. Now, the world as you know it is a dreamscape. Yeah. It's a simulation. It's a container. Think of it as like a video game world that we can enter. Yeah. Now, this world that we enter think of it as a game engine. Yeah. It is the environment, yeah? The environment where we can experience ourselves, yeah? We can go in there, populate it and experience ourselves as consciousness, yeah? But in form, okay? Not in full-blown conscious mode, yeah? That's why I told you about, if you go back along in the early days when I first started, I made this mixtape. I called it the Bubble Mixtape, where I had this like deep insight where I saw how it is. We're almost like microcosms or bubbles within this kind of infinite place, yeah? So you're in your world, I'm in my world, right? But ultimately, that experience is happening, even though you're in your own bubble, it's within the game engine, and that's the macro, yeah? The macro itself is the kind of like the larger bubble where consciousness can experience itself in different forms. Okay, now, within this bubble or this game engine, yeah, this is the environment and it holds the code, the physics, the mechanics, and the rules of the game, yeah? So think of it as like the framework of existence for all forms, yeah? Because outside of here, you are formless. Take it from somebody that had an NDE and zapped out of here. There is no form to nothing, yeah? All the forms collapse. They're literally meaningless, bro. I promise you, it's a fact. Now, let's stop there and think about the video game world for a second, yeah? So, let's pick a video game like GTA type game, yeah? GTA, The Sims, any type of game you want, yeah? Mortal Kombat, whatever, Street Fighter, whatever, yeah? In those games, yeah? When you see the NPCs in the background doing all those kind of things, right? What do you think those NPCs are? The NPCs, yeah? If we zoom in, they come with the preloaded program, yeah? Software. They already know where the gold coins are. They know what their job is. They have like, they have all the information already preloaded. They have a set path of existence. Yeah. That is like the insect or the turtle or whatever it is. It's just born. As soon as it's born, it's like, oh, I gotta get to the ocean. Yeah. The bird can fly across like fucking oceans and go all the way to Canada, even though no one's ever showed it where Canada is, but it just knows how to get to Canada. Yeah. That's NPC type behavior, right? But that, because it knows it. It already knows the information. It's already pre-programmed within it. Yeah. The spider knows how to do the web without being told. It knows how to consume insects without being told. It's all there, right? Now, think about it. Yeah. That NPC is simply what? Let's go back to the game engine. It is the intelligence experiencing itself in form, but at that specific level of awareness. Let me say that one more time for those in the back. The NPC is simply the intelligence or consciousness or God itself experiencing itself in a form, yeah, at that specific level of awareness. It's almost like a background process, yeah, because it's experiencing itself anyway in this bubble, yeah. So all the NPCs, all the animals and all the trees and all, they literally confirm that it's this cosmic intelligence experiencing itself due to the simple fact that these, creations, should I say, or if for want of a better word, consciousness and form, come already preloaded with programs and they experience themselves, right? So when you actually zoom out and you think about it, it's almost like the NPCs are like coded, yeah? They have their routines and their responses and shit like that, right? So them being background processes of consciousness, they mirror what's possible, yeah? They interact with the environment, but they don't initiate anything beyond their scripts, yeah? A spider's not suddenly going to decide, you know what, I'm actually going to build a web that's in the shape of a fucking submarine. It's not going to do that, yeah? They embody patterns, yeah? But they don't question these patterns because they can't. They are locked in a specific loop. Now, you, God in human form, you enter this very same game engine, this very same bubble, this very same simulation, this dreamscape. You enter, yeah, as a playable character, yeah? Conscious or becoming conscious. That's also another level of awareness, but we'll get to that. Let's park that. The fact that you've entered that thing, now you're a playable character. Yeah. When you, quote unquote, enters the game, you are a fragment of the same intelligence. Let me stop there. Let me try and explain this another way. So in GTA, when I turn on the video game and I put it on a PlayStation, or I put the game in, and I get into the video game, right? You do realize that even me as a playable character, that I'm walking around doing all this other stuff, basically within the game engine, the intelligence of the game engine, yeah, is simply experiencing itself through another form. I am the ego, yeah, the avatar, this thing, this physical thing is what's making it possible. But essentially, it's the intelligence of the game engine experiencing itself within the game engine in a different form. But this form has a user interface called the ego or the avatar. In the 3D world, we call it me. But ultimately, the common denominator is the same. The intelligence is experiencing itself through form, just like the NPC or the PC. It can't be argued with. So think about it, yeah? You are a fragment of the same cosmic intelligence, yeah, with this interface, yeah, called the ego, or your personality, or your skin suit, your flesh, whatever, your ball sack, it doesn't matter, same shit, yeah? The illusion of separation is part of the game. Yeah. So me thinking I'm on the outside with my controller and I think I'm doing something. I'm just the interface allowing the very same intelligence to experience itself within the same game engine. That is your story, bro. That's why we fractalized it into what we call video games, because it's the same intelligence replicating, mirroring, projecting itself all the time. So the goal, yeah, if there is one. I don't even think there is one really, because it's all about experience, right? It's not necessarily to win, but it's to wake up within the game to realize what's actually happening. Yeah? You're not the character. You're the intelligence experiencing itself within itself. You're walking in your own mind. Yeah? Because think about it. As you gain awareness, right? You realize you're the engine. Yeah? You're the NPCs and the player. You are the cosmic intelligence itself. Yeah? In your microcosm, if you pay attention, you realize that the NPCs mirror you. Yeah? The NPCs in your fucking microcosm mirror you, bro. They mirror you. That's why they respond to you. So really, it's just the intelligence, this cosmic intelligence, God, yeah, consciousness, whatever. It's experiencing itself in a feedback loop. It dreams itself, then it plays itself, then it awakens to itself. This is the whole cycle, bro. Yeah? So think about it, yeah? The game engine, which is the world, yeah? The matrix, the infinite potential matrix code, just infinite, it could be anything at all times, whatever, yeah? It spawns NPCs, which is basically dormant aspects of itself. Yeah? Think of it as like dormant AI. Yeah? So they are just running in the background processes. The birds have to fly. The fish have to swim. Yeah? The waves have to crash. The wind has to blow. The trees have to grow. Yeah? The insects have to insect. Yeah? The worms have to worm. Yeah? The bees have to bee. They are the background processes. Without them, there is no environment, because you yourself are the environment. You go in there and animate it. So as you animate it, it stands to reason that there has to be an aspect of the animation which is dormant, is background, in order for you to be able to experience it. You being a playable character, yeah? Conscious intelligence, yeah? Or somewhat conscious, if you like. But if you're here, you know the things. Yeah, you're conscious, bro. Yeah? The more conscious the fragment, yeah? Or the more conscious the fractal, the more it realizes it's playing. Yeah? That the world is coded and that the others, quote unquote, are also it. That's why I keep telling you, let go of the hostages. There's nobody to hate. Go back and check all the other shit. It's there. All the lectures are there. Yeah? So the loop is not a trap. It's the only way. It literally is the only way, as far as our intelligence is concerned and our perception and understanding of reality is concerned. The loop is not a trap. It's the only way the one, i.e. God, source, can experience itself with contrast and in form. Vibrational form, to qualify it. Yeah? You're an avatar in a coded reality, bro. That's what it is, bro. Carl Jung coded individuation. It's the same story, bro. You just need to realize what's actually happening. Yeah? So if you believe that, you know, in the middle of nowhere, when nobody was there, humans weren't even a thing, some explosion happened, and then rocks became water and sand and jellyfish and whales and everything, and then sun and moon and stars, but they all form these fucking amazing patterns and the flower of life in the sky, and, you know, they retrograde and shit like that. Retrogrades actually couldn't be possible if everything was moving in all different directions. It could only, anyway. So if you believe that stuff and you believe that you came from a monkey and stuff like that, you are literally dumb. You're not dumb because of the fact that you're stupid. You're dumb in the sense that you believe the story of the meat suit that you're in, and the meat suit that you're in is dumb because the meat suit you're in is not intelligent. You are the intelligence that gives that thing purpose, drive, meaning, and actually you experience the world through it. So you've actually let go of your drive. You've left the driver's seat, and you're letting this meat suit called form, this avatar ego suit drive, and it's telling you the story of the world, and you're buying it. That's not intelligent. That's not intelligent. And you don't just have to listen to my word. You don't just have to take my word for it. Do your research. Go and learn. Learn how the body actually works. Learn how the reality works. Yeah. Spend time researching rather than spending time on fucking TikTok and social media and all that stupid stuff. Yeah. Expand your awareness. Expand your brain. Learning is expansion, bro. Yeah. Learn how things work. Yeah. Angular resolution. Why is there a vanishing point? Why do you see the world this way? Why does everything, act this way? Why does my body respond to this? Why does this? Why? The more you start to delve deeper, you will start to realize that you come up with phenomena. And the more phenomena you come across, the more you realize that it can't be answered by the narrative within the dream or the simulation. Then you start to realize that it is a lie. When you start to realize that it's a lie, what is the truth? You are the truth. What is the truth that you are? You are the pure essence of God itself in human flesh, having a human experience in a container that we call the world. Believe what you want, bro. I just know my purpose. I just have to do what I need to do. Peace.